I often get asked what a tax lien is and how to get it removed. In the interest of time, we'll be discussing federal IRS liens in general today. A tax lien is a lien imposed on real property and assets of a taxpayer by operation of law. Welcome to Tax Facts, the most frequently asked questions I receive as a tax attorney. I'm your host, Eli Knopf. There are generally two types of federal tax liens, the secret lien and the recorded lien. The secret lien takes effect upon notice and demand, where the IRS sends their demand for payment and it's not met, that first notice they send out. It is secret in the sense that it's not public. What it operationally does is encumber the taxpayer's property as soon as possible. The recorded lien is a lien filed publicly, normally in the courthouse in the jurisdiction where the taxpayer resides. It puts other creditors on notice of the liability and puts the IRS in line to collect, generally in the order the lien was filed. A lien should not be confused with a levy, the taking of property, which is another tool in the IRS enforcement tool belt, which we'll discuss at another time. The IRS must send the taxpayer a notice of federal tax lien within 5 days of filing. While that notice comes out after the lien has already been filed, watch for that notice carefully, as it carries collection due process rights, CDP, collection due process rights, to appeal the lien filing and offer a collection alternative, or in some limited circumstances, to even challenge the underlying liability. If a lien filing will be truly detrimental, there are ways to work with the IRS to hold off the filing. But don't wait until the lien is filed to deal with the issue. Contact a tax professional early to avoid the lien filing. Lastly, there are a few different ways to remove a lien. We'll briefly discuss the most common. The first is subordination. It's typically used when refinancing. When refinancing, the bank is going to give the taxpayer money, but they want to ensure that they're ahead of the IRS in line to collect the debt. So the request is that the IRS subordinates the lien in favor of the bank. The second method is discharge, and that's typically used when selling property and the buyer wants clean title. The IRS will typically take the net proceeds from the sale of the property. There is a formal process to request this, so don't wait until the week of closing. There's also the third method, which is withdrawal. An example of when that would be used is when the lien was filed erroneously. And finally, there's the lien release. When, for example, the debt is satisfied and fully paid, the IRS is to release the lien as soon as possible. I'll leave you with a last important tip when dealing with the IRS collections enforcement. Never shift funds around solely to avoid payment to the IRS. By taking that action, you can change a case from civil enforcement to a criminal tax evasion case. Thank you for joining me today, and join me for our future topics, including IRS levies, the taking of property, and other relevant topics. Also, don't forget to check out our other videos on the channel. Make sure to subscribe to get up-to-date information on these topics. Feel free to reach out to me directly anytime with any questions you may have. Until next time.